So I'm very excited to say this Saturday I take off for a well-earned 1-week holiday surfing the northern east coast of Papua New Guinea, which I'm very much looking forward to. But before I took off, I thought what I might do, instead of the usual written post that I put on the site, I thought I might mix things up and put a video post up there. So the topic of the video today is I'm just going to talk about briefly, how our markets performed and maybe just touch on some of my thoughts for 2018. But I intend when I get back from holidays to do another post that probably details it a little bit more from a market-wide perspective. I'll also talk about 3 stocks that I currently have in my portfolio that I'm really excited about for this year and think are going to do some really good things. And then I'll circle back as to why I'm wearing this what would be called a delightfully tacky Flamingo shirt. So, first stock I want to talk about, Green Cross Limited. Now, Green Cross got hammered in the Amazon is going to ruin the world saga that we've seen recently. And I have to say it was completely unwarranted and overdone. The Green Cross business to me is a very smart business, particularly now that they've moved the veterinary surgeries into the pet barns, and they've also got the grooming facilities in there as well. Now, the reason I say that is pet ownership and dog ownership is now it's more accepted in rental properties, in apartments, and it's becoming a thing. Everyone's got a dog, and typically they're smaller dogs that can be in smaller housing because they are great companions. So when the owners, like me, I've got 2 dogs, go to say a Green Cross vet, which is now in a pet barn store, while I'm waiting for the vet to see my pets, it's likely that I'm going to be walking around the store, buying the rubber toy or picking up another bag of food, or even just the tick collars and the flea and tick medication, just those little bits and pieces while I'm there because it's convenient. Secondly, the grooming facilities that are inside will have the same effect. People are going to just walk around and buy stuff while they're waiting for the grooming to be done. In addition, Green Cross has got a really great loyalty scheme, and like my wife and I use it a lot when we're buying food for the 2 border collies that we have, and we find it great, and we can buy it online and we can just go and pick it up, and we do get some good discounts. So we are loyal customers, and the more people that I talk to sort of agree with that thesis, and that they keep going back due to the loyalty scheme, and because everything's quite central and the prices are reasonable. They're not as cheap as what you probably could buy things online from eBay or perhaps Amazon, but the convenience is enough to it wins me over, and from the people I talk to, it wins them over too. Now, it's run up a long way since I bought it. It's up around about 15%. So I don't know whether just to dive in and buy willy-nilly, but I'd certainly be buying on the dips. And I think that I think it's a very, very good candidate to surprise to the upside when it puts earnings out later in the year. So the second stock I want to talk about is Codan Electronics. Now, it's likely that you've never heard of it, yet the company's been around since 1959, and one of the founders is still the largest shareholder in the company. So this is a great stable business that's just been around forever. It has international exposure, a US manufacturing facility, and they manufacture radio communication equipment for the military. They make and sell gold detectors and metal detectors, and they have an amazing system which large-scale mines can use to track vehicles and plan and organise their operations. Now, particularly last year, they surprised well to the upside and paid a special dividend, and that was on the back of the the gold detector equipment basically selling off the shelves in Africa. So at 9 times earnings, it just seems like a no-brainer to me. It's still currently trading around about its historical yield at 4%, and I just think it's a very, very good candidate for surprising to the upside this year. Now, the third one I want to talk about is a company called Elixinol. Now, Elixinol only went public just about a week ago now, or a few days ago, and I've been looking to try and get some exposure to the weed sector for some time. It's a growing industry. There's a multitude of benefits and health benefits to cannabis and the properties and the oils that you can get from cannabis plants. So it's not going away. It's something that's going to be around. That's probably going to gather some momentum. But the problem's been for me is that I just haven't been able to get comfortable with any of the listed companies that are in this sector, because a lot of them tend to feel a bit like they're just selling the dream and they're not quite sure what it is that they're doing yet, but they hope that if their plan comes together that they'll make a lot of money. Whereas Elixinol is now a combination of an Australian business and a US business. Now, the US business has been manufacturing and selling hemp products for some time, and so has the business in Australia. Now, heading the operations, this is a CEO, his name's Paul, and Paul's been doing this and in this sector for 20 years. He's a well-known expert in hemp products and marijuana products. Now, they've also got a separate division which they're about to create, which is going to invest in and research and grow medical marijuana. So to me, this is about as good as you can get for exposure to the sector. It's had a great run since the IPO. It's up round about, it's basically doubled since the listing price of $1. It's trading about $1.90, $1.91. And I'm quite excited about this one. I think this will be one we'll look back on 2018 and everyone will be talking about it. So that's my three for the start of 2018. Now I'll quickly circle back to the shirt. So the shirt was a gift from a very special aunt of mine, and as she would call it, as I said at the start, it's delightfully tacky. So the plan is now for 2018, I'm going to do a video post just like this one, once a month, similar sort of topics, and the Flamingo shirt's going to make an appearance. So that's the purpose of that. Now, to sum up, Belvedere Share Managers obviously manages private share portfolios. If you would like me to, talk to you about your portfolio, manage your portfolio for you, just drop me a line. There's a contact us below this video, or jump on the website, which is www.belvedereshares.com.au, and have a look about. Always happy to chat. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and my mobile details are there somewhere as well. So enjoy your start to 2018, and I'll talk to everyone when I'm back from PNG.